the WNBA's fight with the players and the CBA, and how there are players that are contemplating. Well, we all know what a lockout is. A lockout is when, the CBA and the league aren't agreeing. The players and the CBA, they're not agreeing on the number. So instead of going out there, the players decide, or the teams decide, we're not going to play. And there have been players, not all of them, but there have been players that have threatened to essentially sit out if their demands, or not demands, if their asking price is not met. Let me first admit that the WNBA is in a beautiful place, meaning that there is more growth coming to the league and in the league right now than we've seen probably in its existence. More eyes. I think Unrivaled helped it more than anything. It's such a great time to have to be in the WNBA, and in a sense of the popularity, the viewership that you've been asking for is here and growing. There was a time when nobody, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, I'm just being honest. There was a time when nobody cared about women's sports, like no one. And now, even if it is a trend, even if it's whatever, it's still at its highest point. I would like to contribute it to just the amount of players that social media plays a huge part, and the age group of the audience plays a huge part. But when you have Caitlin Clark, Asia Wilson, it's when you have stars on both levels. And when I mean both levels, I mean the WNBA and college. Juju, Paige Beckerts, Olivia Munn, Olivia Miles, I'm sorry. Hannah Hidalgo. Like there are stars everywhere. And because of that, I think that this is the absolute worst time to be thinking, to be contemplating a lockout or a sit out when it comes to the WNBA. Let me preference this by saying that I believe that everybody should get what they feel they deserved. Everybody, if they, I talk about this with NFL, I talk about this. If you feel you can negotiate, if you feel that you deserve this, whatever type of money, I hope that you get that plus some. At the end of the day, these leagues, outside of maybe the NFL, these leagues profit most by what you do and your likeness, which is why there are NIL deals in college basketball right now, or in college sports in general. So even in the WNBA, I want everyone to get paid what they feel they deserve. And on top of that, you're seeing like the New York Liberty put billions into a new practice facility, which is crazy that there are a lot of teams I think there's 12 teams, well, more teams are coming, but a lot of teams in the WNBA do not have designated practice facilities or up-to-date practice facilities. So when you see someone like the New York Liberty putting billions upon billions into a new practice facility, and in one hand, that's great. You're finally stepping up to the times. You're finally catching up. But on the other hand, it's like, all right, hold on. While yes, we want a state-of-the-art, want a up-to-date practice facility, what about the fact that we're asking for more equity? We're asking for more pay. That's what the players are essentially saying. And I believe they deserve to get more. But you have to realize, we have to realize something. We're in a new realm right now when it comes to the WNBA. I just talked about it in the sense of its popularity. The thing about it is that popularity is extremely fragile right now. You think that you have devoted fans now. You think that the new fans that you're bringing in is devoted and will stick with you through thick and thin. You are wrong. The thing about new fans, the thing about young people is their attention span is extremely low and extremely short. So if you're at a really high point right now, and you can say it's because of Caitlin Clark, you can say it's because of A'ja Wilson. Who cares who it's because? That is where we're at. We are at a point in the WNBA season where it's not season, but in the lifespan of the WNBA where they're extremely popular, which means more money comes in, which means more viewership, which means more deals. The last thing you want to do is hold that for a lockout. Because I'm going to tell you what a lockout is going to do. A lockout, not only is you're going to forfeit missed games, but you're going to then turn off the casual fans. And as unfortunate as it is, the WNBA has a lot of casual fans right now. There's an opportunity for those casual fans to turn into more active and more dedicated fans. But right now, the WNBA has a lot of casual fans because they're new to it. They've just been introduced to it, really. You do a lockout, you lose those fans because they're like, all right, well, there's other things I can be watching. On top of that, you lose sponsorships, you lose deals, and that pay, that equity that the women are fighting so hard for and rightfully should get is going to decrease because now there's no justification of you getting what you think you deserve. Because they're just going to be like, well, you see what happened? Like, now look at the viewership. Now look at the audience. Like, you know. I just, especially off the success of Unrivaled, which honestly is kind of what is driving this conversation as well. Because you hear a lot of the players saying that the facilities, the treatment that they experience in Unrivaled is much better than the WNBA, which is why you're seeing the WNBA like, all right, we're going to put millions upon billions in practice facilities. But the players are like, well, hold on. What about putting it into the players? So trust me, I get both sides. I understand both sides completely, and I hope and want the players to get the equity they feel they deserve. But I think that this would be such a bad time for a lockout. Such a bad. Now, it may or may not happen. I don't think it will. But if it does, it is detrimental to the league. I will give the WNBA credit for this. They have slowly but surely gradually improved in areas that a lot of people have asked them to improve. I mean, one of the biggest thing is the chartered planes. Like, I say this all the time. There should be no reason why on any given Tuesday I should be sitting on the same exact plane as WNBA champion A'ja Wilson. It shouldn't. And I always bring that up is because that happened. I don't know if we were on the same plane, but we for sure were boarding. Like, we were the Vegas Aces. They were leaving DC, and I saw them. I saw Kelsey Plum. I saw A'ja Wilson. I saw I saw all of them, and I'm thinking to myself, yo, This is a WNBA championship team. This was after their first year. They were obviously trying. This was before the two-peat. This was the two-peat season. I'm like, yo, that is Asia Wilson, bro. That's Kelsey Plum. That should not happen. You know when that would never happen? Outside of the offseason, I get. But during the regular season, I'm never running into the Washington Wizards. Unless they have one of those things in New York where they take the metro to the game. I'm never running into LeBron James and the LA Lakers. I'm never running into Luka. I should not be running into two-time champion Asia Wilson. That happened. True story. So shout out to the WNBA for getting the whole playing thing situated. I know that was a big thing of why are they doing this now because of Caitlin Clark. Okay, if she's the catalyst to change, let that happen. And, you know, we're seeing new teams like the Toronto Tempo or the Golden State Valkyrie. You know, we're seeing growth, which as a basketball fan, as a W fan, I'm excited to see. Yes, I would still wish that they could extend the roster maybe, but I do love the fact that there are new teams coming to the league. But I'm pretty much saying all that to say, man, like this is a growth time for the W, and they're doing, I'm not going to say a great job, they're doing a good job, and they are getting multiple people to watch that they struggled with before. You can say it's because of Caitlin Clark. All right, cool. So let it happen. I just don't see the benefit of a lockout. I see nothing but cons. When we talk about pros and cons, I see nothing but cons for a lockout right now. Especially when the WNBA is growing at a rate that I don't think they've ever seen or expected to see, to be honest with you. I mean, outside of this, there's a lot of positives coming, like a lot of positive things, stories coming out like Candace Parker getting her jersey retired for the Sparks. Like, come on, man. Candace Parker is arguably the greatest women's player in the history. That should be the main focus, not a lockout. Shout out to Candace Parker, by the way, for getting your jersey retired. That's huge. I think that I'm not 100% sure, but I think that she would be the second player to get their jersey retired. The first one, I believe, being Lisa Leslie for the Sparks, because I know Maya Moore, her jersey's retired. I'm sure Diana Taurasi's jersey would be retired for the Mercury. So all I'm saying is, man, I don't think a lockout would be the best right now. Oh, man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.